still warning?
Wow.
What would it mean to you guys, your defense, to stay healthy all season?
I think, what it will mean for Greenard to stay healthy. I think if he continues to work like he's working, he's doing a really good job for us. He's improving. Daily, seen a lot of improvement from him, so he just has to continue to do what he's been doing, improving. And for me, on our defensive line, I want as many guys as possible. Right, so if we rush the passer, we can have 8, 9 guys who all can rush the passer, then that'd be great for us.
How has Stroud been doing? Is there anything to make him get the most prefers to him?
Stroud's doing a great job, and he's improving, just like we asked all of our guys. When it comes to just development and what do you expect from training camp? What do I expect from camp? I expect everybody to be better than they were the day before, and that's the main thing that I'm seeing out of a lot of guys. And today, it's really nice to see just new guys stepping up, making plays. So as we continue to build and new guys step up and make plays, it just shows our team is definitely growing in the right direction.
Coach, how much of your playing experience and your former coaching experience goes into you putting together a practice?
Well, with what goes into a practice, there's a lot of planning that goes into a practice. For me, it's a lot of guys working together, myself working with the offensive and defensive coordinators, and we want to make sure we're putting our guys in the right situations, making sure we can give them everything they could possibly go through before we actually hit a real game. So there's a lot of detailed planning that goes in as opposed to who gets what rep. I want to make sure we have very selective reps. So just because there are 3 different groups, 1s, 2s, 3s, we may have a 1 who needs to get a certain pass look or a certain defensive pressure look, and he may have to go with the second group. But that's okay because it's detailed enough to where we know that guy is getting that specific rep, and hopefully he can make the adjustment that we're hoping to see.
What about Toa? Where's he right now?
Where's Henry right now? Henry is in a really good spot for us right now. He's improving. He's doing a really good job of communicating the defense. We put a lot and we ask a lot of the Mike linebacker to communicate on defense, and Henry has done a really nice job of stepping in, making that communication, and he's improving each day, so I'm pleased with where Henry is.
Nico, with Scott's tough break, a season-ending knee injury, what do you tell the guys, the juice, what's expected as they step in and fill the void with Scott being hurt?
With Scott being hurt, first and foremost, it's just we're all praying for Scott and hoping for healthy recovery for him. It was hard to see him go down yesterday. You hate to lose anyone like that on the practice field. Scott's a competitor. I know he'll attack the rehab just like he attacked his preparation each and every day. Smart guy, tough competitor, wishing him the best. And when it comes to replacing guys or guys stepping up, it's part of the game. That's why you're here. Everybody's here because we expect you to step up and play at some point. That time, who knows that time? No one knows what can happen. So you always have to be ready. You always have to be on your A game. You always have to be prepared because you never know when that moment is for you to step in and play. And that's the situation we're in now.
Can you talk about he's coming in quarterbacks and the offense seem to hold on to the ball? Looks like CJ's making improvement in that area. Is that going to affect you guys?
With how quarterbacks hold the ball, with CJ, what I've seen is he's definitely made adjustments. He's getting the ball out quick. He's making the proper reads, and that's the first thing. We want him to just make the proper reads, and if one is open, deliver the ball. And he's doing that today, and that's how we want to operate efficiently. Right? And it all starts with our coaching staff and the plan that they have, the plays that they design for him to run. It's making sure they're efficient plays, making sure everybody knows what to do, and it's not just about that one player, that quarterback. It's a lot of emphasis goes on him, but it's also about the receivers, the tight ends, the backs, making sure they're running the right route, their eyes are where they're supposed to be, they have the proper depth on the route. So there's a lot of things that go into a play being efficient, and also the quarterback delivered a nice ball. So he's been doing a good job.
Chase Winovich has been out there for the last few days. What have you seen from him?
Say it again?
Chase Winovich, with him being back, what have you seen?
Yeah, Chase, he's working his way back. Still knocking off some rust, just working his way back, but excited to see him out, see what he can do. How can he help us?
Take a few more.
You were just
described as being a no BS kind of guy by one of your players, and Coach Sloan was talking about how honesty was really important inside y'all's locker room. What is your opinion about just those comments?
What type of coach am I? Right? I am a coach who's going to shoot it straight to the guys. Right? These guys have a limited amount of time in their careers, and we don't know how long their career will be. So for me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it to a player to make him feel good. It's on me. I'm going to tell players the truth, whether they like it or not, because I know in the end, right, they'll respect me more by telling them the truth. And that's the type of coach I am. If it's good, I'll let you know it's good, and I'll celebrate the good as much as I can. That's what I want to do. Spotlight as much good as possible, but we also have to make sure we're getting things corrected in a quick manner. Right? We don't have a lot of time, right? It's urgent. It's a sense of urgency, right? We have a short amount of time to get things fixed and move on so we can be prepared to go play and play well. So it's not a I have a lot of sense of urgency in my approach to coaching, and I hope the players feel that.
You mentioned how there are multiple things to make this offense work. How does it work through Nico Collins? What about him makes this offense go?
What I like about Nico, he's been consistent. That's what I like about him, the consistency he's shown throughout camp. He's stepped up and made big plays. Right, each and every day he's making big plays. He's been detailed in his preparation, detailed in his routes. So I'm excited what Nico is doing for us.
DeMeco, there's obviously a lot of Alabama connections on this team. Just for you as an alum, what's it like to kind of see these guys who followed them probably a little bit before they got here and now have a chance to mold them and start their careers?
My connection with the Alabama alum it's an honor, and it makes you proud to see guys from your alum just doing well and playing well enough to be drafted here, or however we acquired those guys, right? It's an honor to have those guys. You have a special bond because you played at the same place. But that's one part of it. But at the end of the day, it's about, those guys are here because they're great football players, first and foremost, not just because they, went to the great University of Alabama, but they're great football players, and they're really, really great young men. So excited to work with them because of the talent that they have, and they're also just really, really genuine guys and fun to be around.
We'll close with Cole and DJ. DeMeco, when you get back to Alton Schultz today, how much easier is it for you to install the offense, knowing that the tight end who has the most consistency is going to be able to work with once?
With our tight end group, like I said, they've done a really good job throughout camp, and those are guys that we will rely on. Our tight ends, it should be quarterback friendly with the route running, their ability, right? They should be very quarterback friendly for our offense, and we're expecting them to be, big time playmakers for us.
Last one.
Follow up on Cole's question. This offense you guys use for peer progression, so you require the quarterbacks. The offense has a lot of influence where it's supposed to go. And quarterbacks have to trust where the offense is going to guide them. So what kind of goes into teaching them to have that trust within the play call, to throw even when the window may not be open when he's getting ready to throw?
Yeah, with our offensive timing, what do we see and what do we want? We want to build trust, and we build trust through constant preparation here. It's routes on air, right? It's the quarterback and the receiver, tight end, making sure their steps are in sync. And the quarterback, sometimes there is a blind trust because a guy in the back of your jaw, he may be covered, but can you still trust that my guy is going to get open, he's going to run the proper route? So that trust is developed all through OTAs, through training camp. That's where you develop that trust. So when you get into the season, you're not holding on to the ball, not trusting or believing that your teammate is going to be where he's supposed to be. So we're operating on schedule. We're letting the ball rip because we're building trust in each other. And we can build trust because we'll be a tight team. We'll be a connected team. These guys will fight for one another, and they're going to make H-Town proud. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I feel like the president. That play, I think was in zone. I just do my job, stand in my little vicinity, my area, reading the quarterback eyes, and saw his hand come off the ball, and it was coming right towards me. Only thing I was thinking was catch it.
You were coming off the field. I heard you say, I could have had two, I should have had two. How important is it for you to continue to make those plays and be in the right situation just because of how deep the linebacker room is?
With me, I feel like, obviously, you want to make plays in this league, in this profession. For me, I just felt like that was real personal. Like I should have made that play. I was thinking, taking the hit, making the hit. Yeah, for me, it was just, you got to make them plays. We get off the field, it's not about the hit, not about the, the crowd hit. That probably would have cost me more if I would have hit him instead of just catching the ball. But, yeah, you got to make them plays, man.
What's better feeling, getting the sack or making an interception?
I would say interception, you're getting off the field. But a sack, it's like a turnover also.
Look at rookie Henry Tour and the way that he's developing. I seen a couple of practices ago before it ended. You pulled him to the side and showing him some different type of techniques. How much is he learning from you?
We both learning from each other, man. That's what I can say. And I'm just doing, what the older guys, did when I first, got into the league. Man, Tateo, Melvin Ingram, Cavell. Like, it's a lot of people I can name, man, that took me up under the wing the same way I'm doing with him, and just the way he's developing and the way he's playing. You all can see it. I'd say they're not rookies, man. There's this new wave of kids. I call them kids now because I'm a little older now, but just a new wave, man, that's coming in. This generation, man, they're just built different, man. They're different in general.
This time you are still in the process of, like you said, learning yourself. There was a conversation between you and your coach when he told you should have went for the ball, and then you were talking back to him, and he was going back and forth.
Yeah.
That's just good, healthy banter, correct?
Yeah, man. Like you said, man, you're just getting better. And honestly, I'm happy, he got on me like that because, like I said, I was thinking of taking a hit to, just hit the dude, and that probably would have cost me more. So, yeah. Thank you.
How would you describe Henry's personality?
Quiet, real eager to learn, real disciplined, not just on the field, but just off the field in general. He's a go-getter, man. He's a go-getter.
Denzel, what can you say about this defense's ability to buy into Coach DeMeco Ryans' emphasis on takeaways? Because after your interception, I believe you guys have like 9 or 10 so far this training.
I haven't been counting. But, just DeMeco's, his approach, with teaching, his approach in general. I'm pretty sure he come up here with a lot of energy also. The same energy that he has up here, he has on the field. And I love it. And I'm pretty sure, the guys, they appreciate it. And, it's a new system for everybody. Everybody has to buy in. If not, you're going to be playing, so.
Kind of going off of that, just what's it like being a part of a defense with so many new faces and you kind of have this chance to establish your identity together?
I had to go through this, 2 years ago? So, at the end of the day, it's a business. Next year, the room's going to be different. So, it's just something, every year it's going to be new faces, might be, new something. It's all about adjusting, just in life.
2 more? Denzel, what have you noticed about the defensive line this year, especially with them opening up lanes for you guys to get in the backfield?
D-line, man, they just a motor. The whole unit is just a motor. And first wave, second wave, third wave, guys, no matter who's in there. Like you said, man, they just going and we kind of playing off of them.
Last one. You all have been talking a lot of trash, especially Jalen Petrie. Have you ever seen that type of fervor and that type of aggressiveness, good aggressiveness from a second-year player like that?
Yes, I have. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Max Crosby is. I played with him before. I ain't said it's trash talk, but just the competitiveness. I love to hear it. It kind of gets you going. I'm not a trash talker myself. I just rather go on the field and let my past talking. But it just get everybody going, man. And it's about competition and competing at the end of the day.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No problem.
Where do you think you are right now? How's it going?
Houston Texans. I'm here in training camp, man. I'm having a great time with the guys. Getting used to being an NFL player, being a pro. But I love where I'm at. I love the guys. I love the team. We have a great culture building here with Coach DeMeco and all the guys that we bring in. So I'm super excited. Super excited.
I just said great things about you. That'll make you feel good knowing your head coach.
Yeah. There's always definitely room to improve. So I think that's my biggest thing where I look at things. For every good, there's a bad. So I try to approach it that way. So no matter how many good things I have, I try to work on all my bad things. So that's how I approach it.
Let's talk about what you have to digest being at the Mike linebacker. How much has it been like sensory overload yet, or has it slowed down a little bit for you to digest it yet?
We ran a lot of complex stuff at Alabama. So I think Coach Saban and Coach Pete Golden kind of pried me into a scheme in college to where I can come in the NFL and just kind of adjust on the fly. So, it's a lot that you have to process as a linebacker. You got to see things before it happens. You got to know what kind of formation, if the lineman is sitting heavy or sitting light, or if you're going to get a pass. It's a lot of things that you got to take in. But, it just comes with reps, comes with repetition. And, I think that's what training camp is for.
How good is it to be out there with Christian? How good is it to be out there with Christian Harris? And how much has he taught you as far as these training camps are concerned?
Chris is my dog. That's my best. Like, if y'all didn't know, Christian was my best friend in college. So, we went together, ate food together, went out, do stuff after the games together, play games together. So, being able to play with him side by side, get some reps out there with him again, feels great. And, just kind of building that chemistry, but not with only him, but with our whole entire linebacker group. We got a great group of guys in there, and we all work our tails off every single day to become, ultimately the best linebacker group in the NFL.
What's the biggest adjustment for you from bringing the person
I ain't gonna lie, being a rookie, I think that's the biggest adjustment, starting over, earning guys' trust again, and being that guy that'll come in and put his head down and work every single day. And I think that's the identity, not only me, but all of the rookies that, is here during training camp that we're trying to create is just hard-nosed working individuals that'll ultimately collect into a great team at the end of the day.
Video of DeMeco and a moment between you and him. I'm talking about getting the ball dislodged. You mentioned Fred Warner at the end.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the gold standard for the position right now? Do you hear that name come up a lot in coaching?
Yeah, Coach DeMeco, Coach Fred Warner, and, you guys know Fred is one of the greatest linebackers to be playing right now. So there's a standard in this defense. There's a standard how Coach DeMeco wants these linebackers to play and how he wants us to swarm and get the ball out. So that's definitely, an ultimate goal for not only the linebackers, but all 11 guys on the field, the D-line, the safeties, the corners, it's everybody. It's not just the linebackers. So it's an identity that, we're slowly creating throughout this training camp.
How much of this training camp reminds you of a Nick Saban-led practice?
I ain't gonna lie, it's totally different. I ain't gonna lie. We don't play no music at Coach Saban. We out here full pads every day, but it's hard-nosed. And I think that's what Coach Saban instilled in a lot of Alabama players is hard-nosed football. And I'm truly grateful for him, and he helped me to get where I'm at today, and I'm blessed.
You kind of talked about this being a new start for you, but this is technically your second new start because you transferred from Tennessee to Alabama.
Yeah.
Are there any similarities between what you went through during those time periods, and if so, what was that?
I think earning trust of guys, I think that's the biggest thing is, you go from group to group to group, and every group has a different bond. Every group has, different lingos and how we communicate with each other. So I think that's the biggest thing in, building each other's trust. So if I can get these guys to trust me on how I work and how I communicate and how I go about my business, I think there's great things to come ahead of a lot.
How'd you do on Alabama?
Hard nosed. Put your head down and work.
Aside from you all being linebackers in the same group, what connected you and Christian?
Hey, buddy. This is my Christian. Come here, buddy. I know, buddy. I'm coming, buddy. That's. Can you say it again?
So what connected you two when you
First went to Alabama.
Yeah.
We've known each other before we went to Alabama. But I think it's just the relationship we have, off the field. We spent so much time off the field, just at each other's apartments, and just building that chemistry. So, that's my dog, that's my best friend, and I think it just clicked with us, and I work for life.
How good is it to have your family here with you on this ride?
Man, it's a blessing. I'm Samoan and Tongan, and the Polynesian culture, we're huge on family. And family means everything. Faith, family, football. That's what we believe in. I carry my last name Toto with pride, and I'm the first one to do this, so I carry that with joy, and I'm gonna give it my all while I'm here.
How much do you weigh?
I was 230.
Is that ideal for you?
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Good, great.
Coach DeMeco said you're a guy that's going to make plays and been very consistent all throughout camp. Do you feel like that's what you're doing out here?
I feel like it, but gotta continue to stack days. Continue to come out here every day and work, compete, get better. I feel like you gotta come out here with a mindset to work on your game. I feel like you gotta have one goal every day in practice to come out and achieve that. So I feel like every day just come out, continue to get better.
Did you do anything this offseason to prepare differently just so you have a healthy season?
Yeah, I feel like mentally, man, after OTAs, I got away a little bit. Spent some time with my family. I feel like that was big on my part. Mentally check out, spend some time with them. And I was working on my game all season. When it was about time to come back, working on my craft. Like I said, man, I feel like it's always room for improvement on your game. You can never get complacent, I feel like. But this off season, man, I was working on my craft, man, hands, feet, just everything overall to become a great receiver.
What advantage do you feel like you have in this Bobby Sloan-led offense?
Man, I feel like this offense is gonna have opportunities for everybody to make plays. Got a great quarterback. Just drafted a great quarterback, man. Him and Davis been competing every day. And his offense, man, is built for everybody to make plays. And I feel like your number called, we're gonna make a play. It's simple as that, man. But it's camp been great, man. I feel like everybody coming out every day and competing, and we only getting each other better, for sure. So let's play.
Between you and Sting?
Sting, oh yeah, man. We compete every day. You got to. Him and Steve. The whole secondary, actually, man, there's some dogs back there for sure. So, you got to have that mindset to come out and compete. They bringing the juice on the other side, But, iron strike my iron, man. You competitive rep, every rep. So, win one, lose one. But we got to get each other better.
Y'all that moment on the sideline today, like looking at that official, is that kind of the heat of the battle? Like,
that's real. That's how games are. Everything's tight coverage. That's good on good. So look at the rail, make sure my feet was in, bet, move the chains. Next play, good. That's great D by Sting, man, but we're going to continue to keep going, continue to get better. We're going to continue to push me, I'm going to continue to push him, because you're going to see some great wideouts this year, and I'm going to see some great DBs, so we're going to keep going, keep climbing.
And you've been through 3 offensive coordinators who that's crazy, how do you sense your role in this in different ways than the past?
I feel like you just got to adjust, it is what it is, it's a business, y'all know that, but I feel like you just got to adjust to the environment, man. It's new offense, new juice, so new energy. You got to adjust and adapt. I feel like this is what this camp is, entire OTAs in spring. It's camp, man. Everybody just continue to grow as an offense, as a team, man, and keep climbing. Sure.
Offense, a lot of it is timing based. Yeah. Sometimes the ball's coming out before you come out your break. So, what kind of goes into building that chemistry? So, quarterback can trust you're going to be where you're going to be, and you can trust the quarterback to put the ball where you want it.
Sure. That's what the offseason for. OTAs, linking up with the quarterback, getting that timing down pat, getting your steps, because everybody steps different. My stride is different from Metch, Tank, everybody else. I'm 6'4". My 5 yards might be 2 steps. But and that's where the offseason come in, like timing, so I feel like the work we've been putting in the spring and now, man, just so we can show time on Sundays, man. So I feel like, man, the sky's the limit for everybody. I'm real excited about this year, and we're gonna keep going. Sure.
You improved most?
I feel like, man, just slowing the game down a little bit in my head. I feel like the last 2 years, everything's rushed. I feel like everything's going fast in my head, but I feel like this year I'm kind of seeing the defense, seeing the coverages, realizing what release I got to do, take. Just slowing the offense down a little bit, man, and continue to keep going. I feel like there's always room for improvement in your game, always.
What have you seen from Big Xavier Hutchinson?
That's a dog, man. Rookie year, so the juice is going. But, man, the sky limit from Hutch, man. I feel like once the game slow down, you already know his first count, everything. You got that anxiety, you just want to be right every time. But you're going to get yelled at, that's part of it. I got yelled at. I'm still getting yelled at, but you got to let that, once you get yelled at, man, once all right, I know now. So you got to let that play is over with, out the window, next play. You can't get down on yourself. But Hutch, man, I do the dog, man. And, the whole receiver room, some dogs, some playmakers, man. So I'm excited and juiced up, for sure.
Robert Woods was talking about how Bobby Sloan is aggressive in his coaching, not just calling plays, but he is too.
Man, he is aggressive.
Well, what's he like? What's your experiences with him?
I love Bobby, man. He's a dog, for sure, man. Like Rob said, he's aggressive. He want to get out there. He want to take shots. I'm for it. So let's get to it. Let's score and let's don't mess around. But Bobby, man, he putting everybody in position to make plays.
What are examples of that?
Like shot plays. You know, he got some guys that stretch the field. You know, he pretty much putting his playmakers in ways to make plays.
Let's do a couple more. What ways have you seen CJ improve? What ways have you seen CJ improve in these last few days?
Oh man, just continue to stack days. You know, overall just seeing his reads, making plays. You know, the game is starting to slow down for him. You know, because once that D line comes, it's flying bullets, everything full speed. But you see him how he adjusts slowly every day. You know, that's why we're coming on every day and keep going, growing together.
All those, you just been talking about the game slowing down. How important was that moment for you? Because so many people just think you put on your pads, you go out there and you just
It's real, man. I feel like you really got to slow the game down. Because you go out there, you're doing everything fast, not really thinking. And that could really, you know, end up bad. But I feel like once you slow it down and understand what the coverage defense is doing, the game going to come to you. And I feel like that's when I'm continuing to climb and continue to chase every day. Continue to see coverages, read coverages, you know, figure out what release I got to take, and continue to, man, make every route look the same.
Go ahead.
I think that Stingley touchdown yesterday with the end zone fade. I think Slower ran out there.
Yeah.
Going on, man. Did you see him? Did he say anything?
That's it. Oh, you talking about? Oh, that was Ben, I think. Yeah. Ben, our receiver coach, man. Good play. Keep going. It's juiced up, competitive period, man. You trying to score. You know, it's go out there and make plays. You know, you don't want to let the defense win. So go out and make plays, man. Ball coming your way, go make a play.
Greenard, Ben, he's been consistent throughout. Yeah. Like, what's it like to have that throughout?
Oh man, most love Ben, man. Coach McDaniels, man. That's the type of dude that's gonna push you. You know, he gonna make sure every little detail is right. Cause that little detail gonna matter week 10, week 9. No matter when it's gonna show up, it's gonna show up. You know, so I appreciate him a lot, just harping on the small things. So you really need that. You know, just full speed reps, cause it's gonna come. It's gonna show up.
What kind of talent, what kind of competitor is John Metchie?
Metchie the dog, man. We all competitive, man. We all push each other, you know. We all got that dog mentality, man. That's why I feel like we all fit well.
Let's go to Sarge. Nico, you're a big wide receiver, as you mentioned earlier, and you have a big catch radius. When you're doing the reps with CJ, is he putting that ball to only where you can get it and put it in your catch radius?
Yeah, man. He throwing it up. I can get it, you know. But that's why we here practicing every day. Just get it, get that touch right, man. So on Sunday we can shine for sure. And I can't wait for the season, man. It's gonna be great for everybody.
Appreciate it, Nico.
Definitely appreciate y'all.
Thanks,